I'm going to share this at the bottom where you can put this information down, because we're going to jump on a Zoom right after this tonight. We're going to jump on a Zoom right after this tonight, and you can ask me like specific questions about everything that I'm going to go over, tonight. But basically, I started at Settify last year after going into real estate in 2016 and 17 myself, and really just kind of, I had a mentor. I wasn't as engaged as I probably should have been, but even with that, I was able to build a 7-figure portfolio, just kind of halfway quasi playing around. Bought a lot of properties for cash, 15,000, 10,000, 20,000. And next thing I know, I went from 1 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and so on. And so, but they weren't ran really well. And I was not really willing, like I should have been, to give it the attention, because I was doing so well in crypto that I really didn't give it the attention. And it still did really well. So when the market was in my favor a couple of years ago, I sold a lot of those properties. I kept a lot of them, but I kept a few of them, but I sold most of them because the market was in my favor. So a year and a half ago, I said, you know what? I need to build the same thing that I built in digital. I need to build it in real estate, in hard assets. Because if you've been a part of Bitcoin and you see Bitcoin is going crazy right now, there's a lot of money to be made in the digital space. I love it. But it also has a lot of fluctuations. And real estate as a hard asset, I still would say is my favorite asset. I do think you should own Bitcoin as a digital asset, hands down. End of the story. The jump has been real. It's hit over 70,000. It's headed to 100,000. And I even think to 7 figures eventually. I think eventually we will see $1 million Bitcoin. But even with that being said, you need to have a portfolio that has Bitcoin in it, and I believe real estate. And so that's what we're doing right now, where I'm training people one-on-one, walking them through the process and showing them exactly how to get into the game, how to buy, how to find off-market properties, how to do deal evaluations, how to know if a deal is a good deal or not. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that. Hey, Miracle, do you see I put at the bottom of the screen dial the place, you ain't placed in the comments. Can you see it at the bottom of the screen, ready to get started? Because we're going to do a Zoom right after this. And I would love to have you on that. And hopefully you can see it. I don't see, something is wrong tonight because Benicia says she's in. I don't see you. Okay, she's trying to get on. I wonder, am I on the right line? Let me see. I am. Somebody is telling me. Can y'all hear me and see me okay? I know Miracle can. Can anybody else hear me and see me okay? Can y'all hear me and see me okay? I think you can. Yes, Tony. Okay, cool. Okay. All right, bet, bruh. All right, cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, cool. All right, let me send her this. Okay, let's see. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Sharita. Okay, cool. All right, I want to make sure somebody's texting like, I don't see you. I'm like, what are you talking about? You on the wrong link. Am I on the wrong link? You on the link? I don't know. But anyway, so what we've done with the Settify is pretty dope. We've been able to help and coach a lot of students get from, having no real estate experience to now becoming very good investors. And, starting off with one property and then moving over to, a second property and a third property. And that I am very, very proud of, because when you start building a real estate empire, you really do put yourself in a position to really be able to make a significant amount of money. All right. So now I am going to, let me see here. Master class. Let me see. All right. No. No, that's not what I want to show y'all. That is not what I had in mind. Let me go to what I had in mind. All right, cool. You know what? Is this gonna act right? I may or may not be able to show you these slides. I do want to show you some stuff. You know what I may do is I'll probably show you some of this stuff when we get on the Zoom. So take that Zoom information down for me, if you will, please. The other thing I want to say really quickly is, it is extremely important that I think we move with a tremendous sense of urgency right now too, with the upcoming election. To me, I don't put that much stock in politics, in that if you want to be wealthy, you can be wealthy, whether it's a Republican or Democrat. But I will say that I believe that everything, there's a window. Like, we've been blessed. We have banks right now that can get you pre-approved right away. I've got a funding company. We've got multiple venues to get you money. And that's what really stops a lot of people from investing, is they just don't have the money, Sonia. They're like, I don't have the money, or I don't have the credit. We have a credit strategist that I'm keeping extremely busy these days. He's very, very busy these days because I have a lot of people that are coming in who had good credit, but they just needed to get all the hard inquiries off. You know what I'm saying? They just had too many hard inquiries. So we're at a point now where we can get all your hard inquiries off. We can get that score up. I've got somebody who went from 580 to 650. Now she just hit like 701. 701 is a sweet spot because we can get you funded for, in terms of like your down payment and your closing costs. I can get you funded with 620 with the banks give you 80%. But if you want to do 100% financing, we need to really have you at 700. If you're not at 700, that's okay, because what we can do is plug you into our credit specialist and get you on a game plan to get you going. I was talking to somebody earlier, and she had a bankruptcy on there, and so her score is like 580. And she's like, well, I really want to move now. I said, well, you can still move now. We can do some other creative stuff, seller financing, or seller financing or partnering. I said, but you need to address this bankruptcy. We need to get this bankruptcy off of your credit report because it's not going anywhere. So I put her on the phone with our credit specialist, and now they're working to get her credit together. So what am I saying? It really doesn't matter where you are, whether you're at 580, if you're at 700, you're ready to move. Period. Well, I can have you in a house within 5 days, right? We'll do a deal evaluation, make sure you're good with the house, but we can do 100% financing easy with 700 or above. If you are under 700, I would put you in touch with our credit specialist to get you going. Okay. This is so weird. She's saying she doesn't see me. Only the host can see you. The host may add you in the stage. Okay, let me see. Benicia is trying to get on here from the bank and doing something really weird. Let me see if I can get her on here real quick.